Another reason why the Kaepernick angle is prevalent over the weekend, Joe Lockhart, who was the NFL's chief spokesman during the anthem controversy, a former White House press secretary, wrote a column at CNN.com acknowledging that he believes that in hindsight the league should have found a way to get Colin Kaepernick employed in the aftermath of that anthem controversy, with the rancor that emerged between the president and the owners and the players in 2017. And one of the things Lockhart writes is that there was one owner who said to Lockhart that owner's team projected losing 20% of their season ticket holders if they signed Colin Kaepernick. So, it's one thing to say that the NFL supports these causes, but if supporting them means you're going to lose money, that it's going to be bad for business, then that's where the support ends. And Lockhart tried, I think, to exonerate the league by saying the league office did all it could to get Colin Kaepernick on a team. It's the teams that were at fault for not signing him. But they all rallied around this idea that it's going to be bad for business to do it. It's too controversial. And, of course, we heard all of the arguments that were made at the time that were supposedly football related, but they were primarily aimed at justifying this business decision. But that's ultimately what happened. A business decision was made to pay more attention to those who were mad about what Kaepernick was doing than to pay attention to those who supported what he was doing. And I think that the people who were mad about it and the people who supported it is a fairly equal number. But the people who were mad about it were being really, really loud about it. And I think it shouted down the owners, and it scared them into not doing this. And Lockhart's point is that the NFL should sign Kaepernick now, and he mentions the Vikings because Minneapolis is the epicenter of this. Look, I think at this point, and Chris, given everything that's happened between the two sides, there's been a lawsuit. Essentially, it's a formal arbitration proceeding under the CBA, but it's still basically a lawsuit, a settlement, 7-figure settlement of that lawsuit. The workout that was set up by the league last year, kind of out of the blue, the mistrust between the two sides that resulted in the disintegration of the workout.
Yeah,
I think there's so much poison between the league, its teams, and Kaepernick at this point. I think that I don't know if Lockhart is just trying to gain absolution for his role in this, but it's not practical at this point to expect that Kaepernick and any team are going to find the middle ground necessary to get a deal done. The one team, the one guy that he would not be leery of right now is Mark Davis. Mark Davis doesn't need him. He's got Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota. But if I'm Kaepernick, I'm going to be leery. I mean, especially now. Oh, you're calling me now? I know why you're calling me now. I'm not going to be your PR tool here. You had 4 years to sign me. I mean, I could see him have that reaction. So there's a lot of vitriol on both sides. There's a lot of dislike and animosity on both sides. And just because Joe Lockhart wrote a column saying someone should do it, I don't think anybody's going to do it. And in part because I'm not sure Kaepernick is going to want to do it under these circumstances and under these terms.
Well, right. I don't think Kaepernick wants to be used. I mean, for one, two, Mike, I mean, the point you talked about, one owner saying they'd lose 20% of their revenue or whatever it may be, I don't know how much it is, but still that threat's real to where teams are still going to be worried about that, even in times like this. And, even more than that, too, what we talked about with this issue, hey, with coaches, especially a football team and everything like that. Hey, I think there's a lot of head coaches in football that, want Colin Kaepernick, the player, on their football team. It's just like we talked about at the time, Mike. It's the distraction of what it could do to your football team as well. I think that scares a lot of coaches off. Right or wrong, I'm just telling you, I think that's what the fact of the matter is. So, yes, unfortunately, Colin Kaepernick, is a martyr for something that, he stood for. And, of course, he got screwed over. There's no other way to put it. He deserved to be in the NFL. But that time has come and gone now. It's 4 years. It's too tough to come back and play quarterback after not playing for 4 years. He certainly, yes. We'll go
that distraction. Look, that distraction angle just makes my blood boil. But you're right. It's real. Because, and here's what it is. If you're good enough, they'll welcome the distraction. Kaepernick wasn't so obviously great that you just say, oh, hey, it doesn't matter. We're trying to win football games. I'm trying to get a new contract. I'm trying to keep my job. I'm trying to build a legacy here. This guy's great. If it was Patrick Mahomes, for example, you'd welcome the distraction. Distraction is just a way to, and it gets applied to all sorts of different things. It's basically a coach saying, I got enough to worry about. I don't need to have this thrown on top of my day-to-day existence as I try to run my team. It's unfortunate that that's the way it is, but it is the way it is. And look, I'll just say this as we take a break, because then I want to talk about the quarterbacks who have decided to come out and issue statements, Chris, and you'll have some perspective on that since you were a quarterback in the NFL. But if the league really wanted, back in 2017, for Colin Kaepernick to be on a team, if the league really wanted it to happen, as Joe Lockhart seems to suggest now, if the league really wanted it to occur, it would have happened. It would. There are ways to get these things done.
Agreed.
There are backroom deals that happen all the time. Hey, you want a Super Bowl? You know how you enhance your Super Bowl bid? You sign Colin Kaepernick. Hey, you want a draft? You know how you enhance your draft bid? You sign Colin Kaepernick. Or just other stuff. There's all sorts of stuff that at any given time, Chris, a team wants. They're lobbying the league all the time. Deals get done all the time. If they really wanted, I'm going to leave it at that. If they really wanted to get Kaepernick in the league in 2017, they could have made it happen if they really wanted to.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.